Welcome to episode 10 of the Guardian Project podcast. I am your host, Andy, and this podcast will start in a split second. That was a good one.
It was okay. And I'm your co-host, Brian Leithhead, and I'm the turn 2 thought erasure that your opponent always has on Arena.
Okay, literally always, and I hate playing against that deck.
Please listen carefully.
And then they have a turn 3, 1, 2. Just somehow.
And then sometimes also turn 4, and you're like, scoop.
Yeah, we're done.
And this is the podcast where we talk about Magic the Gathering. And
Wait, all things Magic the Gathering.
I messed it up. All things Magic the Gathering. And this week, what are we talking about this week?
We're talking some MTG Arena news. We're going to go further into the Esports update from last week. Mm-hmm. Then we're going to quiz producer Ryan on all things Magic the Gathering.
He's gonna answer all the things because he's an expert now that he's recorded 9 episodes. This is 10. He's a Magic expert now. So we're going to see what he's learned in the last 9 weeks.
And then I'm going to be off for the next couple of weeks, and we're going to interview one of our potential co-hosts.
Yes, our co-host who's going to be filling in while Brian gets married because he liked it and put a ring on it. So he's taking the next 2 weeks off.
I would have put ring on coils, but he was already taken.
It's true.
It's true.
Yeah.
So that's what we're talking about this week. What is happening with Arena?
So it was announced at GamersCon 2019 that MTG Arena would be coming to the Epic Store and then soon to be followed by Mac.
What is the Epic Store?
So the Epic Games is a large producer of games. They also produce the Unreal Engine 4, which is responsible for a lot of games like Fortnite and the Gears of War series. They generated a bunch of money from Fortnite, so they opened up their own store that's similar to Steam.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. They used all the billions of dollars that they took from children and created their own game store. But there isn't a release date for that yet. They're saying winter, so I'm going to say November, December, and then soon after they're going to be releasing it for the Mac.
So that's big. The Mac is, they're both big, but I know I have a lot of friends who were sad that they couldn't play it on Mac, but I guess there were some workarounds. Some people had some programs that they were able to run, which was making it so that you could run it on Mac, but it wasn't just like opening the game. You had to open something else first. I don't know what it was, but I know you were kind of able to, but it took a long time to get there. Like that was just within the last 2 months.
Right. I don't know if Boot Camp still exists, but that allowed you to run Windows through Mac.
Is that like Limewire?
No. It's like a dual. It basically so you can run dual OSs on your computer operating system.
Oh, I didn't know if it was like something that was like illegal and you just did it.
No.
Do you remember LimeWire though?
Yeah, that gave your computer actual aids.
Did it?
It did. Yeah.
That's really bad. You should not give that to your computer. Oh my god! And then there was FrostWire because I think LimeWire got sued, and then it was FrostWire, and it was like, is this the same program? How did you get away with this?
It's just better marketing now.
Because it's
Frost
frosty.
is better than lime.
I would rather put lime in my drink than frost in my drinks.
I was gonna say no. Wouldn't you rather have G2 Frost rather than
what is
lime?
G2 Frost? Is that like Gatorade? It's Gatorade. Yeah. It's just the flavor. Is that light blue or is that dark blue?
I think that's light blue.
The light blue is the best flavor.
Correct.
That and lemon lime. Those are the best two. No one wants fruit. No one wants fruit punch Gatorade. That's nasty. No one wants that. Dark blue is okay. The white one is good too. Yeah, but no one wants grape. No one wants grape.
Yeah, but when you drink white, it looks like you're drinking like somebody's soul.
I mean, sure. I mean, the creators of Gatorade sold their soul to their product, right? Could you argue that?
No.
Yeah.
You could make an argument that they're helping athletes around the world by keeping their electrolyte balance high.
And is that the souls of people?
It's giving soul to people to play their their sport or
it makes
their
total
game,
sense. Yeah.
Or just their everyday lives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thanks.
This is top quality content.
This is why I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks.
Yeah, so it's exciting. So those of you who have a Mac, I don't have a Mac. I don't know how those even work. I grew up using
Press
Windows.
the power button and it turns on.
And then you have to use Safari. Granted, I have an iPhone, so I only know Safari because I have an iPhone. Otherwise, I would use Chrome for everything. Granted, I just don't use a Mac. I feel like there's a big learning curve with a Mac.
No.
Everybody else is shaking their heads no, so it must just be me. There is not a learning curve.
Nope.
Okay. And if you have a Mac, don't you get that app called GarageBand? That's a Mac thing, right?
Are you just describing Nirvana right now?
GarageBand, yes.
That's how they started out, was in a GarageBand.
Yeah, yeah. So Mac is Nirvana, and Arena's coming to your garage.
Cool.
All right.
Awesome. They just garbage picked that Arena right at, that drum set right out of
so
Mr. Nichols' trash heap.
Oh, yep.
Oh, sorry, that became too real. I did like a finger gun salute at producer Ryan, and he doesn't look too happy, so we'll keep the show going.
He doesn't look upset though.
It's true.
He looks like he's taking notes. What's next? We're talking. Okay, so there's an esports update.
Esports,
and this was a doozy.
Wait, we don't have sound effects on budget. Beep 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 beep. Esports.
Oh, I think you're gonna go. That's what they do in sports, right? I don't do sports, but you hear air horns, right?
No,
in sports.
Sports.
What sport is that from?
Sports Center, the center of sports.
That's a channel, right? Sports Center, or is that just a program? It's an hour-long channel.
It's an hour-long program.
Is that on ESPN?
That is on ESPN, yes.
ESPN. See, I know a little bit about sports. I know sports.
Sports ball.
So I'm going to explain sports brackets, but for Magic now. So this was a huge update, and it took me...
Huge.
I think I read it like 5 times before it started making sense. So there were a lot of people complaining because they could not figure out how they get into the Magic Pro League. And so the Magic Pro League today has 32 people in it, and it's going to be 24 moving forward. So sorry for 8 people who are not going to stay in it. So there's a bunch of different breakdowns in this. So we'll start at the bottom to figure out how you get in. So you have arena tournaments and tabletop tournaments. So if you are not currently in the Magic Pro League, you need to get there by earning points or doing well. So for tabletop, there are 3 regional tours. You have Pro Tour or Players Tour Americas, Players Tour Europe, and Players Tour Asia Pacific. So you can play in any of them, but you can only play in one. You're not allowed to play in multiple, and there are going to be 3 events for each, so 9 for the whole year. And there will be about 3,600 invites, which I guess was double what the Pro Tour and Mythic Championship offered before.
Right.
So you can qualify to be in these events by playing at Players Tour qualifiers, Wizards Play Network qualifiers, Grand Prix, Players Tour Premier Series, and Magic Online events. So you're trying to get points and just do well in these to get a chance to move up the ladder, essentially. Basically, the goal is to get a spot in the Rivals League by earning enough points. Okay, so the Rivals League is just below the Magic Pro League, and those players have a better shot of getting in. So that's kind of where you have to go if you're playing tabletop.
Okay.
So then Arena is the other option. There are going to be... they're keeping the Mythic points, and there's 3 options here. You got Invitationals, Qualifiers, and then Mythic Point Challenges. So players invited to these are drawn from the Magic Pro League, the Rivals League, qualifier tournaments, and then discretionary invites. So you pretty much just have to do well on Arena to make it in the same way as you do tabletop. It's just not paper Magic, it's online. Obviously, if it's Arena, it's standard. I don't know about formats right now. I don't know. I mean, Grand Prix, we see modern GP, so I don't know if they're changing that to all standard. I would assume they're not, but that remains to be seen. So maybe they're going to see modern.
Hopefully.
Yeah. So those 2, you have to get lots of points to get into the Rivals League. Okay, so the Rivals League is new. The Rivals League is basically the group that feeds into the Magic Pro League.
I like feeding.
You like feeding or eating? Because I like eating. Eating's the best.
Feeding, eating, whatever.
I could go for a snack right now.
I could go for a Rivals League right now.
I could go for a Rivals League right now. So, good now. Okay. So the Rivals League is they're calling it a talent development league that feeds into the Magic Pro League. So rivals make it into the Magic Pro League either through sustained success over the course of a season or through a new tournament called the Magic Pro League Gauntlet. So I'll cover that in a minute because it's like connecting a bunch of dots and arrows, and people go up and people go down. And so basically the Rivals League has 46 players in it. Okay. The 1st through 12th ranked digital players that were not previously in the Magic Pro League. The 1st through 12th ranked top tabletop players that were not in the Magic Pro League. The bottom 12 players from the Gauntlet, the bottom 4 players that had the least, like the lowest success or the from the Magic Pro League, and then 6 discretionary invites. So we'll move to the Gauntlet, and that might make things a little more clear here. So the Gauntlet has people that did not automatically get into the Magic Pro League. So at the end of every season, the Magic Pro League looks at the 24 players that were in it, and it moves the top 16 into the Pro League for the next season. Okay, so now that means 8 people are not automatically in.
Right.
The bottom 4 of those 24 are automatically moved down to Rivals. They were like, sorry, you had the lowest performance. You're moved down to the league below this.
That sounds like me. I was at the bottom 4.
Always in the bottom 4. Yeah. You're the cut to top 8. You came in 9th with tiebreakers. That's always me.
Or I drew myself out of top 8.
Oh
no,
that feels bad.
Yeah. Shout out to Boris Pan, who's drew himself out of 2 top 8s on the SCG tour.
Sorry, Boris.
No, not sorry. Don't feel sorry for him.
Oh, okay. We're not sorry for you. So the bottom 4 get dropped down, and you're like, well, what happens to the other 4? So the people who came in 17th through 20th have to compete in the Gauntlet. And then the other 12 people that make up the Gauntlet, so it's 16 people competing, are considered competitors. And those are the people that came in 3rd through 5th of the Arena and the Players Tour qualifying, I guess, point wise. So there's more. Let me explain more. So if you were on the Arena side or the tabletop side and you did really well and your points put you in 1st or 2nd place, you're automatically put into the Pro Tour.
Automatically.
Just automatically. So you're like, oh, okay, we need some more people. So 3rd through 5th of both the tabletop and Arena go into the Gauntlet, as well as the 4 people that were 17th through 20th. Oh, now I have to figure out more because I feel like there's not enough. No, it's 3rd through 8th, not 3rd through 5th. I stand corrected. So if you came in 3rd through 8th point-wise, that makes up the other 12. So there's 16 people. And then once that's completed, the top 4 from that survive, is what they say. So your remaining Pro League are the top 16 performers from the previous season, number 1 and 2 point-wise from the Players Tour and the Arena Tour, and then the top 4 performers from the Gauntlet. That makes up your new 24. Can you repeat that back to me? Did that make total perfect sense?
I'm not going to lie. I phased out for about the last 20 minutes. So all I heard was the Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet.
The Gauntlet. And that's a great marketing name, but I can't tell you what you just said.
It reminds me of, like, the name Gauntlet reminds me of that show Real World versus Road Rules Challenge. That's what I picture. And it's like the Real World is like the people who are in the Rivals League, and the Road Rules is like the people who just did really well. And that's the challenge. They should just make this a reality show and put it on MTV. I would watch that.
This is like Bachelor in Paradise, where it's just all the people who are like famous because they were like the rowdy person on that season. I don't watch The Bachelor, but I've watched enough of it with my fiance to understand that Bachelor in Paradise is where all the scrubs go. And not to say that people in the Rivals League are scrubs, but they're just kind of the people who weren't good enough for the MPL necessarily, and they're working their way to get, Do
you think though that the people that were put in the Pro League right away, that they were put there for a specific reason?
Yeah, I mean,
no one understands
32 players.
But the top 32.
I think
though?
They just replaced the Pro Tour top 25 when they rebranded everything to the Mythic Championship. So
Rebranding's good. I like rebrandings.
Yeah, everybody should rebrand.
Should we rebrand this podcast? It's only 10 episodes in.
Well, it's rebranding for 2 weeks when we put COLYE in.
It's rebranding.
Yeah.
So. Yeah.
Only for 2 weeks though.
2-week rebranding, and then we revert back to just the Guardian Project podcast without COLYE.
Right.
That's how. Okay.
Yeah.
So, welcome to the Guardian Project podcast with COLYE. That's our rebrand for 2 weeks.
Yeah. No, it's going to be the Project Guardian for 2 weeks.
Oh no, that's going to confuse people.
Fair enough.
Yep.
But yeah, anyway.
We'd need a new logo. We'd have to rename everything. That's too much work for producer Ryan.
We're just going
to... We got a thumbs up.
We're just going to rename it to the Lava Coil.
The what?
The Lava Coil.
What is that?
His name plus lava, so...
Because adding lava is...
You can't touch it. Like, remember the rules when you were a kid? You can't touch lava. Floor is lava.
Okay.
This podcast is lava because it's hot.
You're right.
But anyway, we're getting off track because, but yeah, the MPL top 32, if you will, is,
now becoming 24. So.
Okay. Well, it replaces the Pro Tour top 25 that we used to have.
Yes. So.
When I was a kid.
So now people have a clear understanding of how they get there. And
I don't know what you said. I'm sorry.
Just listen to this again and you'll understand, but you'll have like a couple of like left turns when I go, oh, it's number 3 through 5, and then I have to go, oh no, it's 3 through 8,
Yeah.
I just confused all of our listeners, but it's okay. They still like me. I hope.
I hope too. Because I still like you.
We can't listen to this anymore. They don't understand how the new Pro Tour system
You're like
works.
that episode of Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Charlie was trying to figure out who Pepe Sylvia was, but it turns out he was just dyslexic and it was Pennsylvania.
Pepe Sylvia? I've never watched that show, but I've seen like an episode. It seems really good.
Well, like, do you see, like, you know who Charlie Day is, right?
Yes.
Have you seen the meme format where he's, like, doing, like, this, where he's, like, standing all crazy and he's got, like, all the lines linked?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
That's from that episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has dyslexia, so he thinks that Pepe Sylvia is Pennsylvania.
Okay, that was me describing the Pro League, and that was me kind of putting it all together when I read that, like, what felt like a 30-page article, like, 5 times.
We figured out our next marketing
I had
ploy
to connect. It was, like, yarn tied around, like, thumbtacks on my wall. That was me trying to figure all this out.
I'm totally going to edit your photo onto Charlie Day doing that.
All right, watch for that on Twitter.
Yeah.
We have another fun segment for this week, though. And it's where we're going to find out what producer Ryan knows about Magic based on 9 weeks of exceptionally educational Magic content. And we're going to see just how much we taught someone. And this is a learning experience for us because we're going to learn what we didn't teach people. We're going to have to circle back and do it all again. Maybe not do it all again.
I have to listen to this podcast again to understand what you said.
Just like everybody's going to need to listen to that section like 2 or 3 times. And then, if I made a mistake, just tweet at me. It's fine. Be like, you messed that up really bad.
Yeah, it's like when you're right. It's like when you bring your laptop to record the professor's, lecture because you just fell asleep.
Yes.
You're like, oh God.
I phased out. I need to listen to that 8 times.
Right.
So we have a list of questions we're going to ask producer Ryan, and we're going to see what he has learned. So you can start with the first question.
What is Magic the Gathering?
It's a card game.
That is correct. Ding, ding, ding,
ding, ding, ding, ding, ding. Yeah. Family Feud. Ding, 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 ding.
I appreciate that question. That's
right.
pretty easy.
See, we have a couple going. We're going to ease you into the harder questions.
Yeah, it's like a lie detector test where we have
thought it was a trick question. I'm like,
no,
pretty sure
no tricks in the tribe here. You know what I'm saying?
It's also online, but it's still a card game online.
That's Arena.
It doesn't change.
Extra credit on that, good sir,
yeah.
Mr. Nichols.
All right. The next question is: if you could describe what's involved in playing this game briefly, what would you tell someone?
You want to draw cards. That's a good thing, right?
Oh, I love that.
Extra credit.
That's always the good thing to do.
Okay.
And you're just trying to beat the other person.
How do you do that?
By, taking them down.
How so?
You attack.
Okay.
All right.
We're
acceptable. Yeah,
we accept it. This,
two
this
for
is,
two.
This is a correct answer.
I want to say trap cards, but that's Yu-Gi-Oh, right?
That's Yu-Gi-Oh, but there are trap cards in Magic. It's a subtype of. Is it an enchantment or is it just
instant or sorcery?
Is it an instant or sorcery? Okay, so there are.
It has to be instant. Yeah. Instant.
Yeah. Okay, so we're gonna give that to you as well. You crushed that question.
You build up your mana.
Oh, wow.
So that you can do your attacks, right? Or something
Sometimes
like that.
if someone's playing a Ghostly Prison, yes, you need that.
For Ghostly Prison, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. See?
He learned this game faster than I did.
He sure did.
I didn't even know that. Okay, question number 3, Mr. Nichols. What is my, Brian, favorite format for Magic?
Did we discuss? Okay, before you answer.
I know.
Oh, you do? Okay.
Wait, no, go ahead.
Did we discuss that? Did you state what your favorite format was on this podcast? For
the sake of this, yes.
Okay. I know what it is.
Modern.
Oh, 3 for 3.
All right.
My boy.
Killing it. See, he should do all the guessing games as well, because like last week, I didn't get like any of those. I got one. I think one.
Can we state for the record here that his husband was not happy at all with your his
he
performance?
texted me and said I was embarrassed. He was embarrassed of me with how bad my guessing was. I knew it was going to be pretty bad.
He was very proud of you that you got Whoopi Goldberg,
but also embarrassed that that's the only person that I knew was on Star Trek.
Correct. Yeah. Yeah.
I couldn't think of anyone else. All right, the next question. What is Andy's favorite thing to do in the game of Magic? You may have already said it.
You already
this
said it.
Podcast. It's something that you do in the game, but it's my favorite part of
drawing cards.
Yes.
Oh, wow, 4 for 4.
4 for 4.
My team. All right, next question.
How many questions are there?
There's
about 9, 8.
Okay.
10 total.
Oh, okay.
We have A through J. I didn't use numbers, so that would have been easier.
A through J. Okay. Andy recently foiled out a deck. What does this mean?
There's 9 questions, but anyway, sorry.
It's like getting all of the special cards. It's like a shiny card.
Oh, all right. He knows what shiny
you
card.
got all of them.
All of them. Every single one.
Of that deck.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Which is better than having normal versions.
Some would argue, many would not.
Aesthetically
pleasing.
yes.
It's aesthetically
he
pleasing.
Likes to have the
He
Japanese
gets it.
cards.
Like Brian likes to have Japanese cards, I like to have the shiny ones for Commander. That's another format.
I like
Did you
to
know
have the
that?
ones you can't read.
Did you know that?
You know I did.
You know, see, I knew he knew it. What card in this game have we talked about the most?
Hogak.
Ding, 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 ding.
You are correct.
That's easy because you literally talk about it. This is the first time it's mentioned this one.
Guess what?
But every other one.
We might only have
about
one more episode to talk about it, and then it can just go away forever. We'll see what happens. Okay.
What will potentially happen to that card on Monday, August 26th?
Banned.
Wow,
Okay.
dude.
That was a guess because you talk about cards being banned all the time.
Yeah.
I just assumed that's what would happen.
Is that 5 for 5?
Yeah, you're 100% so far.
100%.
Like the teacher, we're grading it right now. Like we haven't found a mistake yet. So this is really good. Can you name any of the Magic sets based on our previous episodes? So when all the cards come out, there's new cards and we talk about like new things and what we might use them in. Those come out as a set of cards. Can you give us one of the sets we've talked about? We talked about 2.
But how is that? I don't know. Vision? I don't know.
Oh, well, hold on. Do we want to
Can you give me
that
another clue?
Sure. Spoilers for Magic. You've said it like 4 times when we were recording.
What vision?
2020?
2020.
Yeah, I was gonna say what vision.
That's one of our sets. The other one was Commander 19.
Oh.
Those are
okay.
sets.
Yeah.
Expansion, yeah.
Well, expansions. Correct. All right.
Can you tell us? Next question.
Next question.
I didn't get that one. That's not. I don't think.
Yeah, it's wrong.
Right.
It's fine. You're pretty good still.
Still passing. Okay. Can you tell us what a planeswalker is? Walker of Planes does not count.
It's a. I don't know if it's a card or like a. It's a card that you can use in different realms. Different planes. It can go to different planes.
Okay. The card can't. But
The character on the card, right?
Yeah, they can. And follow-up question: what is the best plane in Magic the Gathering?
Ravnica.
According,
You are correct.
Okay. Hashtag opinion.
No, that answer is 100% correct.
I don't know. Tweet at him.
Tweet at me.
Yeah.
Is Ravnica the best
Flurry.
plane?
At atflurry.com.
Yeah, tell me what your favorite plane is, and I'll tell you
Shards of
That
Alara.
it's Ravnica.
that it's Ravnica. No, Shards of Alara is also really great.
Because it's a shard.
Of Alara.
And Alara.
There's multiple of them. You did pretty good. See, we've taught.
Ding, 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 ding,
we've
ding,
taught,
ding, ding.
We've taught you a
Was
lot
that
of
everything?
stuff. That was all the questions.
everything.
8 out of 9.
You got 8. Well, and I added
I'm very proud of
I
myself.
added that last question, so it's going to just be 10 because it's follow up. So you got 9 out of 10. You got a 90%. That's crushing it.
I got 9.
90 percentile. That's more than I know.
See. Now Ryan's going to start playing this game, and we'll have more friends to play with.
Don't do it.
He's questioning this decision right now.
The money part is what I'm questioning.
Oh yeah. All right.
yeah,
Fair.
yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. It's not a cheap hobby. You can make it, but it's not generally a cheap hobby.
It's not a fun hobby if you're cheap.
All right. That's fair.
Okay,
I mean,
I build budget commander decks for a living.
You built 2 of them for us just recently.
Correct.
He went to
I make it
Jared. Is
work.
what I'm calling my Jared deck. It's probably not original.
K. I went to K. Yeah. But yeah.
K Jewelers.
Yeah.
Are those still around?
They are.
Yeah, they definitely.
Well,
are.
you know, like K and all of them are like owned by the same company, right? Like Jared's, they're all owned by one major company.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
They're all like a subsidiary of like
Yeah.
the top jeweler.
If I don't make it back in 2 weeks, I have said too much.
The jeweler is going to get you.
the jeweler, yeah.
That we're going to call him the jeweler.
All right, well, folks, I'm going to be taking a 2-week sabbatical, getting ready for my wedding,
Getting ready for my
my
marriage.
nuptials, and then the following week I'll be on a honeymoon. So I'll be off for 2 weeks, but we're going to have a special guest for those next couple weeks. Coyle, do you want to tell them about yourself?
Hey, I'm Mike Coyle, and I don't have an introduction for this episode.
I think that was one of my intros before. I think it was last week, and I didn't prepare one. So
Was your intro? My name's Mike Coyle, and I don't have an intro.
that's your first intro. Cue the music.
I don't even
Please
know.
listen closely.
Please
Is that what it
listen
is?
carefully.
Please listen carefully. Yeah.
So I started playing Magic.
No, wait. We
okay,
gotta intro this.
Sure.
When did you start playing Magic?
I started playing Magic 2 years ago.
Okay. What set was out?
Amonkhet had just been released.
No. Tell them what you call it. Make it personable.
Oh, it's Nuts and Felines. It's Almond Cat.
Almond
Yeah.
Cat.
It's gluten free.
It sure was.
Are almonds gluten free?
They are, in fact.
I would. That was a dumb question.
Yeah.
Can we edit that out?
Oh, there's
No. Edit in the dump. All right. So, how do you know us?
So my big brother for my fraternity, because I was in a fraternity in college,
Boo.
was getting married.
You went to college. What an idiot.
And they sat me down next to someone called Nick and said, "This guy's a nerd. He likes D&D like you. You should be friends with him." And Nick was sitting next to Andy, and so Andy and I became friends.
And then that's
Wait, so you just skip steps? This isn't a speed run. You can't do that.
and then through me he met you, and now we're best friends.
We are the 3 best friends that anybody could ask for.
Is that a song?
That's from The Hangover.
I only saw that movie once. It was okay.
I feel like I saw
We're
it
the
3
Wolf
times,
Pack right
though.
now.
you saw it 3 times.
I feel like I
At
did.
the movies?
No, 1, 2, and 3. It's like, so they're just all the same movie.
Oh, one has a lion in it. or a tiger?
Tiger.
It's a tiger.
It's a tiger.
It's Mike
and Mike
Tyson's
Tyson.
tiger.
Yeah.
And Mike Tyson.
Yeah, he's playing. The
That's
piano.
what I know about that movie. Some guy's tooth falls out. It's
That's
drunken
true.
shenanigans. It seems like a movie
No,
I
it
would
doesn't
like.
pull it. He pulls it out because he's a dentist. He
Oh,
knows
he
how to do
pulls
that.
his tooth out?
Mhm.
I never saw this movie.
You just said you saw it.
I mean, I saw bits of it. Like, I don't think I ever saw it from start to finish.
Were you like hangover drunk while watching it, and that's why you can't?
No,
remember?
I think it's because I wasn't, and that's why I didn't enjoy it. And I turned the movie off.
That movie, to be fair, that movie came out before alcohol was like allowed in theaters around here.
Yeah, that's correct. We now have
So-
theaters that you can take drinks in and stuff. That's
Yeah.
really nice to get a drink and sit
A
there
beverage.
for $42 a drink.
I don't like paying $10 to fall asleep during a movie.
I
I was
oh,
going,
you don't ever go into the movies?
I do.
Oh,
When I drink, I sleep.
I don't drink in the movies, but I always buy a large popcorn and a soda.
You sure do.
That's the
Because I always
best-
steal your popcorn
It's
after.
the best part about the movies is the popcorn. I mean, sometimes the movie, but mostly the popcorn because it's better than the stuff you can make at home.
That's very true.
Yeah,
Unless you're married to my family, then they just pour infinite amount of butter on it.
and that makes it good.
That's true.
So back to our guest host for 2 weeks.
That's me.
We're gonna have some fun segments for everyone. COLYE likes to. Well, why don't you go over what you might
Yeah,
talk about? Things that you. What's your favorite format? and what do you want to talk about?
Let's not get too much pressure. What are your favorite formats of Magic?
My favorite format, if I had to pick one, would definitely be Commander.
You're not wrong.
It's not what I started with. I started with Standard, and Standard is probably my least favorite format now.
Welcome to the welcome to this fraternity
Welcome to the gauntlet.
of the non-rotating formats.
And I recently started playing Modern.
Yeah,
and
modern's
it's
fun.
And what is my favorite format, producer Ryan?
Hold please.
Modern.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
And what do you play in modern? You have 2 decks.
I have 3 decks.
3.
Three.
I
wow.
have 3. So yeah, well, Brian built me my first Modern deck a year ago.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
true.
did.
Which was Mono Green Stompy.
That deck it steals wins out of nowhere. It's not fabulous, but it does a pretty good job.
I played it once, and then I said, I'm done playing Modern. This is terrible.
Is it because you were playing green?
It's because the only person I beat was Kiki Jiki combo when he didn't pull it out for 40 cards.
And what else do you play?
Right now I have Bant Infect. I do like the 3 color of it.
Okay.
I've got Rakdos 8-Ball, which is just a whole lot of fun.
Oh no, you have 4 decks then. We're gonna count that mono green deck as you having it.
All right, that's true. And then the new hotness, Hog Daddy.
Hogmine.
You got that Hogax.
I got Hogax, Vengevine.
Yeah.
It's a really good deck, guys.
It's not. No, it's not really good. It's the best.
I got 20 power out on turn 2 yesterday.
We were play testing a couple weeks ago.
Wow.
And I
That's
got
nothing.
I got gacked. I beat
you
it
got
one
gacked?
time out of like the 4 times we played. It's,
All right.
It's so
Okay.
good. So
Okay,
we
Andy.
might
Okay,
we,
cool. All
we,
right.
we
Okay.
might have like a little depending on how the banned and restricted announcement goes, we might have a little ceremony for Hogak if he does get banned.
We'll have a funeral for Stitcher's Supplier, the real powerhouse of that deck.
No. Clearly, it's Satyr Wayfinder. That deck had that card, and then it just became a powerhouse again.
I hate Satyr Wayfinder so much.
That is what I hear on the streets of people coming into my shop and complaining about Hogak.
It's a problem. We'll see what happens.
The GAC is a problem.
The GAC.
The GAC runs these streets.
Well, we have some fun segments in store. We'll chat about some things that COLYE likes over the next 2 weeks. And then
Yet to be determined.
we will have some updates on how the wedding went and the honeymoon in 3 weeks. And as always, if you want to contact us, you can find us on Twitter. You can contact me at ATFlory.
And me at Ballerman Cometh.
Look out for hashtag Guardian Project Pod to find our podcast posts and episodes. We like to hear from you, so send along your comments and any topics you'd like to hear us talk about, and we'll address them next week. You can also email us at guardianprojectpod@gmail.com.
You have it as Gargian Project Pod at
Yeah,
gmail.com.
it's spelled wrong in the show notes, but I said it right. So
That's all that matters.
If you correctly spell the word guardian, you're going to be able to email us.
But if you spell it Gargian, you get a prize. You get a retweet.
It's probably going to come back that there's this recipient doesn't exist or failed to send. And I think that wraps it up for episode 10. We turned 10. We are double digits now.
Woo!
I will talk to everyone next week.
I will not. I will talk to you in 3 weeks.
That's true. Bye.
You're the worst. Goodbye. This is Baller Man Cometh, signing off for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's it.
That's it?
That's it.
Okay.
That's the episode.
Okay.
That's it. It's that easy.
Okay, Coyle.
Good job, Coyle.
I spoke 3 times.
You did.